We turn the spotlight on the top of the First Division and what's turning out to be a thrilling climax to the league season. Arsenal and Norwich have been duelling for the lead throughout, with Liverpool distant onlookers in a race that seemed to have passed them by. Then came a dazzling run, unbeaten since New Year's Day, including 7 league wins on the trot, the most recent over Norwich at the weekend. Ronnie Whelan clinched it with a goal that could in fact prove to be one of the turning points of the season. It put Liverpool well within reach of yet another title after bulldozing their way up the table. Just 33 days ago, they were 19 points adrift of Arsenal. But Norwich still very much in it, especially if they could snatch a win tonight at Nottingham Forest. So it's off to the City Ground. Nottingham Forest against Norwich, our commentator Brian Moore.
Norwich captain Michael Phelan, who's been an inspiration this season, knows his club's championship aspirations are truly on the line tonight. A defeat and the race is in danger of becoming a two-horse affair between Arsenal and Liverpool. But just what is the mood of Stuart Pearce's Forest team? Badly beaten at Wimbledon last Saturday, their minds turning inevitably now towards a Wembley date next Sunday against Luton in the Littlewoods final. Well, what the Forest manager Brian Clough has done is to stick his chin out and pick the side that lost at Wimbledon. Steve Chettle still at number 2, Tommy Gaynor wearing number 7, in the continued absence through injury of full-back Brian Laws and the flying winger Franz Carr. Laws had the plaster off his injured hand today. His chances of making Wembley are bright. Not so Franz Carr with a hamstring injury. Tonight the news is that he looks certain to miss that game. Norwich, meantime, also choose an unchanged team, in spite of that defeat by the brilliant Liverpool side last Saturday. Manager Dave Stringer still feels his side did enough to get another chance, and so Dean Coney continues in the number 8 shirt with top scorer Robert Fleck as substitute. Our referee tonight is Danny Vickers from Ilford. A night when only the hardy souls, the true fans, are out. It's a night of wind and rain, and let's hope they're all rewarded. Well, it certainly is a dirty night here. They claim in Nottingham it's been raining since last Sunday. I must say the ground staff have done a marvellous job. The pitch is in great condition, but it's certainly a perfect stage for stirring deeds, particularly so far as Norwich are concerned, as they seek now to restore their championship hopes. Steve Sutton made his first appearance for Forest back in 1980 against Norwich City. Butterworth's header for Norwich to Putney. Nice little ball played in for Dale Gordon. He's a man with a lot of pace about him. And Pearce coming across to try and mark him out of that one. Gaynor. That's a good ball by Gaynor. Webb looking full of running again tonight. Crossing that ball in almost arrogantly, but came off a Norwich player, and here's Putney. It's a good ball played for Townsend. Two sides here who really like to open it out a bit, but Webb again getting back to dispossess Townsend, and now Chapman. Up ahead of him is Clough. He's got it through at the second attempt, and Clough had just gone back on his heels, feeling that the chance had been lost. Top scorer with 16. And Lee Chapman has weighed in with 14 for Forest. Walker versus Allen. Walker's header. Townsend. Putney. Bowen. Phelan to Putney. Bit of space for him to work this ball now. Into Malcolm Allen, gets it back to Putney. Coney's waiting in the middle there, but so too was Pearce for Nottingham Forest. Finally got it onto that favoured left foot and hoiked it away. Throw to Norwich. Phelan to Bowen. Gone past Webb's challenge, but Walker was there again. Townsend And Gordon, a chance was lost there for Norwich. The flag had stayed down. Forrest looking just for a moment to see whether Gordon was offside. And after a slight miscue there by Andy Townsend, just here coming up, it suddenly fell for Gordon, who really would have should have done better than that. Allen, a touchdown for Coney, played on for Gordon. Misjudged in the first place by Wilson. Here's Gordon. And Coney almost in there. Buckney. Back for Bowen. Driven well off the post. Only scored twice this season, but so near to making it number 3 and getting a great start for Norwich. It's back again with Townsend. His shot is over the top. There's the shot by Mark Bowen, beating Sutton, but not the post. Clough. Now Walker. Getting well forward. He's never scored in his Nottingham Forest career. Chapman. That's a corner for Forest. And by the persistence of Lee Chapman against the legs of Andy Linnigan. So Tommy Gaynor with the corner for Forest. Chapman at the near post. Terry Wilson's in at the near post as well. It goes over them and knocked in there by Clough. And Forest go into the lead. It looked for all the world that Norwich had got that one away, or at least had every chance of getting it away. It was a deep one, and Clough was there to finish it off. Some good work, though, by Steve Hodge along the way. Hodge's header only half stopped by the keeper, and Clough pounced. Townsend seeking out Bowen. Turn, try and get it forward again to Coney. Some good movement by Coney up and down that front line for Norwich, but here are Forest again with Nigel Clough. Parker away on the left for him. Pearce in close support, the fullback and captain. Here he is. Now Parker away on the left. Chapman waiting in the middle. There's Chapman, and a good save. And Pearce followed it in. So Pearce, having made that early run, was there at the finish to make number 2 for Nottingham Forest. Here he is, that trusty left boot, the ball in the corner of the net, and Forest 2 ahead. Good Forest move, this one. A good, brave diving header there by Chapman. Gunn again, only half got a hold of it, and Pearce was there to finish it off. Half-time whistle, and a bad first half so far as championship hopes are concerned for Norwich City. Just what the difference might have been had Mark Bowen shot gone in instead of hitting the post, we shall never know. Stuart Pearce, the scorer of the second Nottingham Forest goal, after Nigel Clough had scored the first, giving Forest a good, comfortable half-time lead, and they really started to buzz as well. Half-time then at the City Ground in Nottingham. Nottingham Forest 2, Norwich City 0. Second half underway. Curious home record they've got really here. They've won only 4 times in the First Division at the City Ground this season, 7 draws. You really do get the feeling that had they got a better record here, that they would certainly have the Arsenals and the Liverpools looking anxiously over their shoulders. But tonight, on their way to only their 5th home league win of the season. Here's Brian Gunn of Norwich. Goes Walker. Norwich for their part with 2 at home left and 5 away after this. Problems are beginning to increase for them, although their away record has been so good until tonight. 9 victories away and only 7 at home. But with a fairly substantial job to do here in Nottingham tonight. 2-0 down.
saying earlier on, whatever happens to them this season, it's been one of glory for them. They've opened a lot of people's eyes and given a lot of entertainment too. Here's Putney for them. Header there, but it finds Tommy Gaynor. Watch again. It's time for Chapman. Well killed by him. Now he's away. Oh, and he might get a shot in here. Great save. Some splendid football there. He really took the responsibility on himself, did Lee Chapman. And having got to the whites of Gunn's eyes, let fire, and some excellent goalkeeping there by Brian Gunn. Gary Parker with Forest's corner, floated in towards the near post. Lee Chapman in there as well. Nigel Clough trying to hook it in. Webb. So the second half gone. And Minigan will bring it away. Over the challenge of Gary Parker, but he couldn't get past Stuart Webb, and here's Stuart Pearce. And a goal kick. Well, it may not even go for the goal kick, it's a throw instead. Rumbustious character, the Nottingham Forest captain. Swashbuckling man, Stuart Pearce. Culverhouse forward, Walker covering. And Norwich with these 2 goals down, you feel it's surely a matter of time before Robert Fleck makes his appearance from the substitutes bench. So the second half gone. Still Forest leading 2-0. Here's Wilson. Oh, delightful ball there for Webb, with Chapman waiting for him. And Parker! Good work by Gunn. Lovely play by Forest. It's 2 excellent saves that Brian Gunn's made in this second half. But for them, Forest would be strolling it now. Good shot by Parker. Webb, delightfully played on for Lee Chapman. They're waiting in the middle for him. Played in by Gaynor. Parker again. Oh, an element of good fortune there for Brian Gunn. I think he was almost fooled by a nasty bounce. As Parker caught that one, it was just going inside the post, and a nasty bounce, and for a moment Gunn was in a bit of trouble. Fleck. There's Putney. Butterworth. Townsend. Gordon, a little touch. Coney. Great save by Sutton. For a man who's had so little to do. Those were magnificent reflexes, as Coney obviously thought he was in line for his first goal as a Norwich City player. Suddenly put through and clear. Only Sutton to beat. That's some only, because Sutton's in great form, and that was a fine save. Gordon. Played there for Crook. Well, that was a great chance for Forest, for Norwich rather.
and played it into the path of the substitutes, just wide of the Forest goal. Townsend. Picking out Phelan. Gordon. Stopped by Wilson. The charge could be on again for Forest. They've got 5 up and only 4 are back, but the whistle will bring them back. The final whistle. A victory for Nottingham Forest. It means defeat for Norwich, which also means they stay 4 points behind Arsenal with the same number of games left. It means also now that their destiny, so far as the Championship's concerned, is not entirely in their own hands, even though they still have to go to Arsenal to play. Stuart Pearce with the second goal for Forest. Nigel Clough having scored the first, warming up nicely for that date at Wembley on Sunday with Luton Town, whose manager Ray Harford was here tonight, and he'll have had plenty to think about. Final score then, Nottingham Forest 2, Norwich City 0.
And so, Forest moving up to 4th place, which will set them up nicely, as Brian says, for the Wembley final after wobbling at Wimbledon last weekend. More importantly, perhaps, for the title race, Norwich pegged back behind Liverpool still, and they've now played 1 game more. Well, a serious blow to their chances, but who does manager Dave Stringer think will now land the title?
I think Liverpool are on a good run at the moment. They look as though they're having a role where it's very difficult to stop them, but certainly, you know, we should hope that we've got a glimmer of hope ourselves. And of course, there's Arsenal. There's 3 teams there that, if anything goes wrong for them from the rest of the season, then of course we hope to take advantage of it. But then we've got to wish that other people should do it for us.
But on this rainy night, you'd just make Liverpool the shade of favourites, would you?
Well, I would on their performance against us Saturday, because they played very well against us and looked very formidable.
I fancy Liverpool. I mean, they had a good result against Norwich at Norwich, and they've got a game in hand. And I think the way they're coming into it, as long as they have a hiccup in 2 weeks' time at Hillsborough, I think they'll take the championship.
Do they look the best side?
I believe so. We haven't played them for a long time. I watched them on the telly against Coventry, and they looked superb. They were knocking the ball confident all around, you know. And that was the Liverpool of old. And they didn't start the season very well, but obviously they're coming into their form now, and I fancy them to go all the way now.
Do you feel there was any risk playing a league game in the week of a Wembley final?
I don't believe so. I think it's good because it takes their mind off, because we have not really sat down and thought about the Littlewoods Cup, because we've been playing Saturday, Wednesday for the last 3 weeks, and all of a sudden the Littlewoods Cup has come around and it's 4 days away, so that's great for us, and it's, like I say, it's just taking our mind off that.
Neil Webb there with Brian Moore. With the title race reaching its final dramatic stages, let me just point out now 3 crucial matches at the top that you can see exclusively live on ITV. Liverpool-Arsenal on Sunday, April the 23rd. Arsenal-Norwich, Bank Holiday Monday, that's May the 1st. And Everton-Liverpool, Wednesday, May the 3rd.